Guys, welcome to Free Beer Friday. I have got Alex Moon with me today.
Hello.
Yes, from Harvest House.
Hooray.
The GM of Harvest House.
Correct.
Come on, the big dog over
Correct.
there. Yeah. All right.
Despite this outfit, correct. Yes.
Come on, that's a Harvest House outfit.
It's true. That's the best part about Denton.
Right?
I can still be boss and wear cut-off Wrangler Rancher pants all the time. It's fantastic.
See, you gotta love the laid-back environment of this town.
It's magnificent.
Right? Hell yes. Okay, so let's get into this.
Okay.
How did you find yourself at Harvest House, where you are right now?
A little bit of a loaded question, but we can start with, we won't go too far back. Working in this town for a while, I definitely started getting my feet under me at Haley's and the greenhouse.
We all know these places, right? Yeah.
Haley's is an old legend here. That place was amazing to work. Great vibes, great music, great people.
Right on.
Fun while it lasted. And yeah, just either watching my bosses do their jobs as far as running a bar, ordering beer, like just seeing how the whole layout was. You know, a lot of those aspects, when you're creating a place like Harvest House, you learn what to do. You also learn a lot what not to do. I tried to take all those lessons in stride. And from like working at a club like Haley's with a bunch of beer, a bunch of music, to a place like Greenhouse with a higher-end cocktail list, a lot of wine. Just Harvest House is a great mesh of a lot of those aspects, from beer to spirits to live music and people hanging out having a good time.
Right on. Right. Well, okay, so we know you've got a great cocktail list. Let's talk about that beer list. What's your favorite thing on tap right now?
Hands down, favorite beer on draft is the Alvin Cuvée Sophie Queeper. It is a sour fermented beer aged for 18 months in Burgundy barrels with quince, Middle Eastern pear-like fruit.
Interesting.
It is super far out. It's super rare, super hard to get. I actually ordered that keg 6 months ago and just prayed that I would get one that came over from Europe. I lucked out. And yeah, it's a great beer. It's not overly sour, so it's not gonna get you back here in the jaw. It's not gonna be a jaw lock sensation. It's not like eating a Warhead. Yeah. But you still get a lot of that tartness, and it doesn't linger on your palate. It finishes very smoothly, which makes it a perfect summer beer.
Right on. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's this aggressive sour that follows you.
Oh no, it's not. It's not intense. That's the beauty of it, because a lot of beers from Alvin are very tart, very sour, and will put you in your place. This one is just far out and crushable.
Right on. Right. Okay. So we're talking about this is a pretty rare beer.
Tis.
What is that? What we can expect on your draft list at Harvest House? Is it all?
No, not at all.
That's what I tend to go for.
Not for a second.
There.
Me too.
Okay.
It took us a while to get to that point, though. We didn't always drink beer like that. Mm-hmm. No, the draft list definitely has the far out, far end beers. That's something I'm very, very proud of. I work very hard to get those beers. You know, the crazy ones from Belgium or Italy. But also, you know, you've got to have staples from either around here or the U.S. or things that people want all the time. If you want a solid IPA, you can get it here. If you want a solid brown, a good stout, from everything that's super light as well. Like, we've got a great number of taps to encompass all of that without really watering down any quality.
Right on. Well, yeah, okay, so how many beer taps do you have?
48.
Jesus. Yeah, that's great.
48,
that's absolutely great.
And then a few kombucha, and then usually one draft cocktail.
That is perfect. Yes.
And kombucha also, by the way, sometimes is a great mixer to just splash on the top of a beer, just to give it a few more bubbles, a little bit of an interesting flavor profile, especially to a wit.
Right on.
Yeah,
Right on.
it's pretty fantastic.
I love that idea. All right, so we can experiment even with a subtle wit. We can experiment a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got to
Well,
get
then
weird.
You've got the juice bar. So in the morning, I can come get my juice, my coffee. Then in the afternoon, the evening, I can come get my cocktails and my beer.
I mean, we
right?
don't open till noon, so if you walk in and you want a beer, by all means, I will pour it up.
Nice.
I mean, a lot of people wake up at 5 a.m. You know, they're ready by that point.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if you're going to start day drinking, you got to start at some point,
I
right?
mean, you
Yeah.
really have to.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's absolutely fair enough. Okay. So how did you end up in Denton? She didn't start out in Denton.
I did not.
Yeah.
Definitely came here like a lot of people for school. Went to the University of North Texas.
Oh, even better. Wait, caca. Yeah.
That's
what I'd
right.
say.
That's
I came
right.
for college. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, what'd you do in college?
Went here for political science and economics. Seemed fun at the time. You know, the more it went on, it became a little more of a satire that I wasn't quite as amused with, but that's all right. That'll happen. And another real reason I went here is because, I mean, college, absolutely, make the folks happy. But I needed to get out of Longview, Texas, where I grew up, and I was skateboarding there growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And the DFW is a way better scene for skateboarding than a place near Louisiana, believe it or not. So,
Really?
yeah, not surprising.
Okay.
Not surprising.
Fair enough. So you knew some guys that skateboarded in town, or
I actually did from a few contests growing up, and we ended up like going to school together, and a lot of us ended up getting the same sponsors along the way.
sponsors?
Uh,
What? So you weren't just skateboard down the street?
no,
here.
not necessarily.
This is a little more than just jumping some rails and.
I mean,
hanging
it was.
out.
It's not being the 13-year-old kid hanging out in your parents' driveway.
Fair enough.
I mean, there were some. Yeah, no, it was a lot more intense than that. There were some, some bad breaks along the way. A lot of filming, a lot of falling. Definitely some missing class because you wanted to land that trick. Yeah, some of my sponsors, some of my friends' sponsors as well were Globe Shoes, Tracker Trucks, Millennium Skateboards, and we like when we weren't in school, usually in the summer, we would go on skate demos with our companies. So we would get in a big Chevy passenger van and cruise up the East Coast or West Coast and make kids want to buy stuff.
That's well, okay. So you're there as a spokesperson.
Yeah,
You were out. You were out doing tours. You were doing skate shows.
Oh yeah, no, it was a blast. It was a lot of fun. It's kind of disgusting at the same time, too.
What's that?
Because if you think like a band, like tour bus or van is disgusting, like for a metal band, try having 9 dudes with duffel bags that each have like 6 pairs of shoes. After like skating outdoors nonstop for weeks at a time in there. I mean, it made Burning Man smell like a Bed Bath & Beyond. It was disgusting.
All right.
It is not this beautiful life. It's not like a video game at all.
Yeah, you get in the video game. You just get to play while you're on the board. But you guys, like, you're rolling town to town on tour, basically.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
That's freaking awesome. That is awesome.
I mean, a lot of aspects to it. The creativity of it. Just using obstacles, or not even obstacles, just using things for their non-intended purpose, be it a sidewalk, a ramp, a rail, stairs. I like the artsy part of it, which has made me fall in love with skateboarding.
This creative use of a space.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Building them to your whims, the idea there, right?
You don't even have to build anything, just using something.
Or using them to your whims.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. Which is another reason I really love Denton, because there's so many different people in this town that use aspects of whatever they enjoy, be it carpentry, being musicians, artists. It doesn't matter. There's so many like creative juices flowing through this town that it resonates in the downtown area. We really try to appeal to that at Harvest House.
Right on. Well, you've got a a full mix of people at that place.
It's
Like all walks of life that are bartending over there, right?
well, our bar staff is a bunch of sweethearts. If you hire sweethearts, your clientele ends up being sweethearts, and then you don't really have problems. And like, our demographic goes from like 18 to 80. So it's a wide variety of people, and our staff do come from every walk of life, and it makes it very eclectic. Like our beer list, like this town, like there's just so many aspects that coexist that I love about all of it.
Right on. Right on, right on.
I'm gonna crack this.
Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it. We love that noise on this show, right, guys? Yeah.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah. Cheers, cheers. Boop. So we can all go see what you have on list right now, right?
Sure.
On the website, Tap Hunter's feeding all that information over.
Absolutely.
On your website.
I do try to stay up with that too,
Right on.
as best I can. Sometimes it's a nightmare. I know you know this.
Dude, yeah, it gets tough. It gets really tough when you're out there. You want to hang out at the bar. You want to talk to everybody because that's where all the fun is. And then
Yeah.
you got to go sit at the office and type stuff in. What can we expect in the next season? Is there a way? Is there a beer style you're going with, or is there something you're really excited about that's coming out?
There's a lot of aspects of that I think about. The beer list in particular, being is such a wide variety that I have.
Mm-hmm.
I am definitely my harshest critic. Like there are other people that I'll text or call sometimes and just be like, hey, look at our Tap Hunter. Tell me what you think. And I want their honest opinion. And they're as beer nerdy as you and I are. Some of them are even more, even more jaded by it. Because we get that way.
Well, that's our job, right?
That is our job. That is our
to be
job.
so focused on the beer that they don't have to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We bring you the deliciousness.
That's true. And so I always like to have my far out beers from Belgium and Italy, the Ducatos, the Alvines, the Lover beers, whether it's, Donks, the Viking's Blood mead that I'm going to have on.
Guys, this thing is amazing, and I can't get it. Because I'm a beer store, I can't have it.
The ABV is a little too much.
Yeah.
For legal purposes.
You'll never know that it's, 18, 21% somewhere in there?
19%.
Yeah.
I only serve it in 5-ounce pours because that's all you need.
Yeah. Yep. Don't order 2 of those.
No.
You don't need 2 of those.
It'll take you places you may not want to go. I've even got a sake coming on draft, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's a sour sake as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's pretty far out. But just as far as what I'm wanting the beer list to become, I do want to have those greats. Then I also want to have just a rock solid list of beers that beer drinkers love. And then I also have to have that list that the everyman will enjoy. Your Golden Opportunities by Peticolas. Your Big Bend Claras. That way, when a guy comes in and orders a product that I don't carry, and it doesn't make it a bad product. It's just not up to a standard that I want to have. And that's just what that person's used to. I want to inform that customer and make them feel welcomed about it too, and not just
shove something on.
Yeah, not just shove something be like, hey, if you do like this, try this or try this. And get them in the wheelhouse to try to expand their knowledge on beer too.
So I come in, I'm like, man, I really like an American light lager that's like Bud something or other.
Yeah.
So I say that, and you've got.
And we go from there.
Right
and
on.
That's one of my favorite parts of the job is finding that person that has only had Coors Light their entire life, and we don't have it. And then getting them to try something else, and then being like, "Man, that's pretty damn good."
Yes.
That's a victory.
Right on.
That's that makes my heart flutter just a little bit, gets me tingly inside.
Look, here's something magical for you to try. Yes,
you didn't say no to this. And that's usually how it starts, and that's how it is with everything. Especially beer, wine, it doesn't matter. You start off here, and you slowly but surely grow.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on, right on. Man, Alex, this has been so much fun.
Thank
So much fun.
I'm having a good time.
Yeah?
I'm having a good time.
So we're going to hang out. We're going to do some more drinking tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We're going to kick around town a little bit.
Sure.
You guys, if you want to come hang out with us, we have – what do we have tonight? Lakewood's All Call. So, again, super easy drinking Kolsch, but Lakewood brewed this for Guns N' Hoses.
Correct.
So this is a portion of every keg, a portion of the dollars from every keg, go to Guns N' Hoses to support fallen firefighters, EMTs, police officers, to support their families.
Which is also very important this week, too, because a year ago was the shootings in Dallas.
Oh, jeez.
Happened. So
this week?
Yeah. So it would be a very good idea to drink some Lakewood All-Call this week to help that cause.
Yeah.
For a
these
horrific
guys.
scene that went down.
Oh, boy. Yeah. So wonderful beer.
Wonderful.
Wonderful cause. And then we also, to mix it up a little bit, we have the key lime pie from Tallgrass. It's a sweet and sour beer that is absolutely wild.
That one's fun.
Yeah, it's a liquid sweet and sour, or a liquid key lime pie.
It tastes just like it. It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, if you guys come down, hang out with us at the shop for a while here, and then we're going to be kicking around. We're going to go back to the Monk, party it up a little bit, and it's Shotgun Friday.
Oh, man.
Right? You ready for that?
That means trouble. I brought my blade just so I can
nice.
pop one open.
Pierce some cans.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right, guys. We will see you next week. Thank you for joining us, and have a great one. Take it easy.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.